This is KMTV 3 News Now this morning.
Major changes start today at a handful of area hospitals as the number of coronavirus cases keeps climbing. Why the moves to protect everyone's health could keep you away from your loved ones. And many of those same facilities are in need of medical supplies. What one local hospital is doing to get through this and how you can help. And area businesses team up to make sure hundreds of area kids get enough to eat during these tough times. A look at what it took to make that happen. Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Wednesday, April 1st. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at those stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of our forecast with Weather Alert Team meteorologist Mark Stitz. And Mark, it sounds like we got to enjoy this nice weather while we can.
Yeah, I mean, today it's going to be so nice out there. And Courtney, it's so mild this morning. I dropped down the giant big screen TV to show you how warm it is this morning. So
my goodness.
I'm pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, it was very, very calm this morning, just taking the dog out for a quick walk.
Oh, poor Chip. He didn't get a walk this morning.
Oh, no.
I need to text.
You were a little behind today.
Remind me to text my neighbor during the commercial break, see if she'll take Chip out for me.
Oh, I bet she will. I bet she will.
She's usually pretty nice. So, but Courtney, yeah, it's nice out there. The of all walks I skip one of the warmest ones we've had lately. 46 degrees right now in Omaha. And again, earlier we were still holding on to 50 just about an hour or two ago in a lot of our cities. So winds out of the south around 10 miles per hour, and that's going to be the key for today. Not only are we going to get a lot of sunshine, but those winds will increase out of the south, pumping in that warmer air. And again, that's what's keeping us mild this morning, at least one of the things. 47 in Millard, Bellevue, you're at 46 in Council Bluffs, just a touch cooler. You guys over there across the river coming in at 45. So again, overnight did have a few sprinkles out there, but again, no big deal. We're looking at absolutely dry roadways for your morning commute. Again, still a few sprinkles left over there up towards Denison and Carroll, but that's it. A lot of clouds still this morning, but those will quickly clear, giving way to more sunshine this afternoon. So Emoji Man, he is thrilled about enjoying one of the warmest days so far of 2020. I think we'll get to about 74 this afternoon, which we have done before. Not as high as we've been, but again, one of the warmest so far in 2020. Thursday, though, Emoji Man needs the umbrella. We're going to be dodging those hit and miss rain showers really throughout the day. So there will be dry weather mixed in, but also rain mixed in. And then Friday, ooh, boy, that's hard to even look at. Emoji Man all bundled up because it's going to be cold out there Friday. Temperatures in the mid 40s for afternoon high temperatures, and it's going to be breezy as well. We'll detail it all out for you, even a few snowflakes there as well, coming up in just a little bit. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. Leaders across Nebraska and Iowa are again saying stay home if you can, as both states report new coronavirus deaths. The latest Nebraska victim is a man in his 90s from Buffalo County. That's where Kearney is. He's the state's fourth coronavirus death. There are now 177 confirmed cases across the state, with 90 of them here in Douglas County. And Governor Pete Ricketts announced changes designed to help the state's hospitals deal with a growing number of patients. While the state is not now at capacity, the governor says easing the restrictions on how many beds hospitals could have help. The governor also gave hope to area bar owners, saying it's possible they could reopen as soon as next month with some restrictions.
I don't know what those restrictions will be. They may be no customers in your bar and still doing package carry out. It may be some limited number of customers into your bar, but there will be a limit.
Ricketts also talked about testing improvements, saying 350 Nebraskans were tested Monday, the most in one day yet. Ricketts says with all the state labs combined, more than 1,000 people can be tested in one day if needed. And across the river, the numbers in Iowa are even worse. Health officials say the state's latest death is a middle-aged person in Muscatine County. That's the eastern part of the state. It's Iowa's 7th death. The state now has 497 confirmed coronavirus cases, including 2 reported in Council Bluffs in the past 2 days. That raises the number of cases in Pottawatomie County to 5. Governor Kim Reynolds says state officials have asked the White House for additional testing and other medical supplies. With health experts predicting Iowa's COVID-19 peak will come in mid to late April, Reynolds says Iowans will likely face business and school closures for the next several weeks.
We're asking a lot of Iowans, but I am saying, and we are saying, based on data, that if we can really do our part, each and every one of us, hopefully we can get through this sooner rather than later.
Reynolds extended the state's public health emergency declaration to April 7th, but said the state still has enough hospital beds and that a stay-at-home order is not needed. Across the country, another deadly day took the death toll to just over 4,000. The White House says going back to business as usual now could kill 2 million people. Medical experts on the coronavirus task force say social distancing is still the best weapon available.
There's no magic bullet. There's no magic vaccine or therapy.
The CDC is now considering recommendations recommending all Americans wear a mask or similar covering while in public. And there are now nearly 190,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases across the U.S. Around the world, the virus has killed more than 42,000 people. There are 861,000 confirmed cases, and of those, nearly 175,000 are listed as recovered. Starting today, nearly all area hospitals will be enforcing a no-visitor policy. CHI Health and Methodist Health Systems announced the change yesterday. They will no longer allow visitors inside hospitals or clinics. The limited exceptions are for births and in the NICU. The health systems are encouraging people to stay in touch with loved ones by phone or video apps. And one of the biggest challenges for hospitals, both here and across the country, is making sure they have enough medical supplies. That need is even greater now. 3 News Now's Sydney Gray caught up with leaders at Methodist Hospital to find out what they need right now from you.
I think being a frontline healthcare worker is oftentimes a calling. These are really special people that do what they do without the glamour, without the need for thank yous. They do it because it has a direct impact on our community.
As doctors and nurses work around the clock to keep people safe, there's a growing need for medical supplies.
It is going to take each and every one of us to get through this. It's uncharted territory.
Like so many other hospitals across the country, here at Methodist, they're in need of several items for their staff, including those N95 masks, face masks and shields, goggles, hand soap, and of course, hand sanitizer.
Our teams are doing an amazing job managing those supplies and working to get more of those supplies, but it is a situation where every bit can make a difference. And so if you have those items, we would ask you to consider making a donation. We would really be grateful.
Across the river, Potawatomi County health officials are asking people to donate homemade masks because of the national shortage of personal protective equipment. Local healthcare systems are already seeing an outpouring of support. Recently, Omaha Public Schools donated thousands of gloves and masks to UNMC. Madam McMahon says aside from PPE, staff also needs support.
Reach out, and we don't physically have to reach out. We can stay put, and we can use social media. We can write a letter. You can give someone a telephone call and just let them know that you appreciate what they're doing.
In Omaha, Sydney Gray, 3 News Now.
Methodist Health is accepting donations at its corporate office from 9 to 3, Monday to Friday. And you can find a list of items the hospital needs on our website, 3newsnow.com. The effort to slow down the spread of coronavirus could impact how some metro area kids play, at least temporarily. The city of Papillion announced it's shut down playground equipment, ball fields, tennis and basketball courts, and other outdoor equipment until further notice. City parks, trails, and recreation areas will remain open, but you are asked to follow social distancing guidelines to use them. And the city of Omaha is holding a job fair today, but due to coronavirus restrictions, this will be drive-through only. This is video from last year's regular job fair. From 1 until 4 today, you'll just simply drive through the designated areas at the Comfort Inn on Grover Street. Employers will provide their information in bags, and then you just go home and look through the material and apply for the jobs that are most appealing to you. We'll have a list of all available jobs on our website, 3newsnow.com. 500 free lunches were passed out to kids on Tuesday thanks to Bearchin Beer Garden in Benson. They say they wanted to give back to the community because everyone has been so supportive of their business over the past couple of years. Hamburgers, apples, chips, and cookies were passed out thanks to donations from Cisco, Rotella's, Omaha Steaks, and Baked After Dark.
We're giving out free lunches to all the local children as a show of support to the community and to do something good for the kids that can't go to school and are missing their friends.
Bearchin is open for dinner every day from 4 to 8, but it's only for delivery. You can order through DoorDash and Grubhub. It's changing everything from how we eat to how we put on our newscasts. But Omaha police say social distancing may be having an unexpected impact. Police tweeted out this video of a visitor at their central headquarters yesterday afternoon. They thanked those who are staying home to keep everyone safe, adding, quote, "It appears to be working as wildlife has moved into downtown." And Mark, I know we were discussing this earlier, saying what is it? They did tweet out that it is in fact a turkey.
Okay.
Very interesting. I thought maybe he was there to report foul play.
Oh gosh.
I've been thinking of that all morning. I had to go for it. I'm sorry.
Very funny, Courtney.
Thank you. I do my best.
I mean, what if the poor thing, though, needed help and he knew to go to the police station? They just took video of him.
Yeah, that's true.
He's probably still standing there begging for help, and they're like, oh, look how cute it is.
Still to come, helping out first responders. A local company is making sure first responders are taken care of. We'll have that story coming up.
Hopefully the first responders aren't cooking a turkey this morning. Oh no. Mild start to our day. Nice and quiet out there looking over the Capitol District and Bob Carey Pedestrian Bridge. But a nice warm up on the way this afternoon, one of the warmest so far 2020. But then we have to talk about cooler weather, rain and snow details and timing coming up.
You're watching KMTV 3 News Now with Courtney Johns, Maya Sines, and weather with meteorologist Mark Stitz. This is KMTV 3 News Now this morning. This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
Really nice and mild out there this morning. We're at 46 right now in Omaha, but look off towards eastern Nebraska and other areas, still about 1 or 2 50s hanging on out there. One of them's in Fremont, 51, but again, a little bit cooler out towards parts of western Iowa, especially up towards the central part of the state. Carroll coming at 37, and Atlantic, not as bad, but still cooler at 41. But again, a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning. Even overnight, saw a few sprinkles coming down, but most of us are completely dry at this point, just a few leftover sprinkles up there towards Denison and Carroll, and more than likely that's quickly coming to an end, even if you are seeing a few of those sprinkles. But again, some morning clouds, but as we go into the late morning, I think we'll be seeing a lot more sunshine out there at that point. Now those winds, that's one of the reasons we're even able to stay more mild last couple of mornings. You can see they're out of the south, helping to pump in that warmer air, and that's going to continue throughout the day today. Now the winds have been kind of lightening up over the last half hour, but still some winds around 15 miles per hour north of I-80, so a little bit more noticeable of a breeze up there. But as we go into the rest of the day, we are expecting those winds to pick up. So here are the wind gusts the next 24 hours. Again, around 15 miles per hour this morning, but we'll get back into those 20s later in the morning. And by the afternoon, we're looking at those wind gusts around 25 miles per hour. As we go into the evening and nighttime hours, those wind gusts a little bit closer to 30, even higher than that. So again, it's going to be breezy out there, but that's going to be out of the south, pumping in the warmer air. Unfortunately, by the end of the work week, those winds will be back more out of the north, and that would bring in the cooler air. All right, so here we go with temperatures today. By lunchtime, back to about 62 degrees and lots of sunshine at that point. As we go into the afternoon, we'll top out around 74. And again, those afternoon highs right now coming in about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Those temperatures in the mid 70s, and by 8 o'clock we're looking at temperatures dipping only back down into the upper 60s. So breezy today, but again really mild. And I just double checked the numbers. It was back on March 8th that we hit 74 degrees so far this year. That's been the warmest day so far, so we could tie that or at least come very close to it for the warmest day of 2020 so far. All right, that's not going to last long. As we go to really overnight tonight into Thursday morning, a few spotty rain showers will be out there. And here we are in a wider view of Futurecast, a little statewide view. You can see the Omaha in the middle there. Scattered rain showers not only by the morning, but into the afternoon and even into Thursday night. And again, it's going to be a lot like Saturday. There will be rain at times, but there will be plenty of dry weather that should mix in as well. So just know rain chances throughout the day on Thursday. Same thing overnight Thursday into Friday morning. But eventually, late Friday morning, enough colder air starts to wrap around the backside of the system that we're going to see some snow and sleet start to mix in with that rainfall across the region. And then as we go later into the morning, we're going to try to see some of this change over to a full snow. But it looks like the best chance of that happening will be along and north of I-80 before it quickly comes to an end Friday afternoon. Now, if we see any accumulation, it's going to be up towards northeast Nebraska, but most of us, including Omaha, any snowflake that hits the ground will quickly melt and nothing that's going to stick to the ground. So yes, could be a little demoralizing to see snow in the sky, but it's not going to stick to the ground here in the metro. Today, though, highs near 74, breezy, but again, helping to warm things up. 54 then overnight, so really mild tomorrow morning. But again, spotty rain showers start to move in by the morning, and we'll be dodging that scattered rain throughout the day. And with all those clouds a touch cooler, highs near 64. Friday, the cold air moves in, dropping us in the mid-40s. And again, we should be dry by the middle part of the afternoon. Then we stay dry, it looks like, for most of us over the weekend as we warm back up. Low 50s Saturday, Sunday, mid-60s. And then as we go into the early part of next work week, could actually get back into the 70s pretty quickly. So a very short-lived cool down. And also notice Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, a couple little spotty rain showers, but most of us going to keep it dry. But of course, for the latest forecast on the go and a live look at the radar, download our free Storm Shield app on the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back. It's now 6:21. As many local businesses continue to struggle throughout the coronavirus pandemic, one company took it upon themselves to give back to first responders. Reporter Ruta Olsenida has more on why they've made it their mission to keep first responders in good spirits through this pandemic.
The employees here at Renewal by Anderson have adjusted to their new norm, many working from home now. But they gathered Tuesday not to work necessarily, but for a different goal.
And we have some extra time right now, and we were trying to figure out a way to give back to the community.
They partnered with local restaurants, including Stella's Bar and Grill, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Schlotsky's here on 132nd and Center to deliver food donated by the restaurants to first responders.
Firefighters and police officers and all of them are just working real extra hard right now to make sure we're all safe, so it's good to show them that, they're appreciated.
We're just glad they're here and, help keep the rest of us safe.
It's a community effort.
Any little bit helps, any little gesture, I'm sure they'll appreciate.
From those who have lost business themselves in this pandemic, but refuse to lose hope for those on the front lines.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you.
Hopefully let them know that the community has their back and we're all in it together.
Might as well try to get back a little bit if we can.
We appreciate that too, taking the time out of your day.
Reporting in Omaha.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, yeah.
Rudolph Sinaida, 3 News Now.
Really great group there. Renewal by Anderson hopes they can continue giving back to first responders throughout the pandemic to make sure they stay in good spirits. Still to come, we know him as the Oracle of Omaha, and this morning a hospital in New York is calling him a hero. How Warren Buffett stepped in to save the day.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
Pretty mild out there across mainly eastern Nebraska. You can see mid-40s to upper 40s in our part of the state. Omaha right now coming at 46, but heading to Iowa, it drops off pretty quickly. Even Carroll in the 30s, and 30 is very common across the rest of the Hawkeye state. Even some 20s out there in the very far eastern edge. But here in the Husker state, you can see mid-40s pretty common across the central part of the state, but it does get cooler out towards the Panhandle. They're coming in the 30s right now, so we're one of the warmer places around right now. Scattered rain showers moving through Iowa this morning, but here in our area, we're just down to a few sprinkles up towards Denison and Carroll. You can see also a few scattered rain showers up there in north central Nebraska. But again, we don't have to worry about rainfall until overnight tonight. We're going to see a lot more sunshine once we clear out these morning clouds. So it's going to be really nice today. A little bit breezy, but warm. All right, here's our Nebraska Humane Society dog of the day. Mariah hanging out with her tongue out with that sunshine, but she's like, no, I'm in the shade. Anyway, Mariah, poor girl. She is our Nebraska Humane Society of the day, which is great for her, hopefully. But she was also the Humane Society back in 2017, I believe it was. So she is 4 years old and again has been returned to the Humane Society for one reason or another. But in the process of wherever she was living, the poor thing did gain 20 pounds. So we're told you would need to be committed to helping Mariah lose a few pounds. But does she enjoy going on walks? Yes. Does she enjoy walking fast? No, she likes nice slow walks, but maybe once she loses a few pounds. I feel bad because I know Courtney's going to shame me for talking about this poor woman's weight on air. Anyway, go check out Mariah. I'm sure she's a sweet girl. If not the right fit for you, and she would need a no kid home and a dog only. Well, her need to be the only dog home. I'm falling apart at this point. Anyway, nice for the dog walks today. Go check out Mariah and all the other great dogs at the Humane Society. Low 60s by lunchtime, so great weather for dog walks. Mid 70s this afternoon. And again, a lot more sunshine as we get into the late hours of the day. And then even holding on to those 60s by 9 o'clock tonight.
This is KMTV 3 News Now, this morning.
Good morning, I'm Courtney Johns. Today is Wednesday, April 1st. Thanks for starting your day with us. We'll have a look at this morning's top stories in just a moment, but first we're going to begin with a check of forecast with Weather Alert Team meteorologist Mark Stitz. And Mark, we've had a couple really nice days lately.
Yeah, really Sunday, the really nice weather started. Yes. It's been like that ever since. And these mornings also, Courtney, have been really nice as well. It's good to go outside and not need like 2 winter coats on for those morning dog walks. Yeah,
when I took Kojo for a walk yesterday, I know we were talking about, doing shorts or not leggings for you, but pants for you. But yeah, I just went for a brisk walk in leggings and I was sweating by the end of it. It was so warm.
I would love to have seen your brisk walk, Courtney.
My brisk walk, yeah, it's 1 foot in front of the other. That's about as brisk as it gets for me.
That's where you start. Even if you're running, it's 1 foot in front of the other.
Exactly. Exactly. We all have to do our part.
Yeah. All right. I'm done with that. Not too bad out this morning. 46 degrees. So you can see live view crate in the background, starting a little bit of sunshine out there. I should have paused that for you to see. So it's a nice shot. Maybe next time. Winds are out of the south at 10 miles per hour. That's what's helping to keep us a little bit more mild again this morning. Plus, we have some clouds out there to start the day, also helping to keep those temperatures elevated. Elkhorn and Carter Lake, you guys are both at 46. We also have 46s in La Vista and Springfield. Isn't it crazy? An hour ago, all those same cities were exactly at 48 degrees, and Plattsmouth still running a little bit cooler than everybody else. They're at 45 now. So again, all those winds out of the south in all the cities as well. But you can see overnight had a few sprinkles out there, but again, roadways completely dry this morning. A lot of that didn't even reach the ground more than likely, and we're now just seeing a couple sprinkles up there towards the Carroll area. So again, pretty much dry for for the morning. Some clouds out there, but again, they're going to clear out through the morning, and that means lots of sunshine for the rest of the day. So for the morning commute, if you are headed into the office, or maybe it's the morning commute to the grocery store for you, temperature is in those mid to upper 40s at that time. Just a couple sprinkles out there, really. There's nothing else to put. I should just put dry in that little white box over there. Anyway, breezy though this afternoon and nice and mild, 74 degrees. Again, if we get there, that would tie us for the warmest day so far of 2020. And again, a lot of sunshine through the second half of the day as well. But we do have to talk about some rain and snow later in the work week. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Courtney?
All right, thank you, Mark. The White House is projecting this morning 100,000 to 240,000 deaths in the U.S. from the coronavirus pandemic, and that is if social distancing is maintained. Currently, the numbers in the U.S. are just over 4,000 deaths, with nearly 190,000 cases reported. Here in Nebraska, our fourth death has been reported. It was a man in his 90s. He was from Buffalo County, which is where Kearney is located. There have been a total of 177 cases in the state. A majority of them are here in Douglas County, which has a total of 90 cases. And in Iowa, a resident from Muscatine County, which is between Iowa City and Davenport, who is in his 40s or 50s, is the state's seventh death related to the coronavirus. 73 new cases were reported on Tuesday, with a total of now 497 cases. And back in Nebraska, a doctor in the pediatric intensive care unit at Children's Hospital and Medicine Center in Omaha has tested positive for coronavirus. The hospital says it's monitoring patients for any symptoms of the virus. It's working to notify patients and staff members who came in contact with the doctor about the precautions they should take. And health leaders are warning others to pay attention and act quickly to stop the spread of coronavirus after an outbreak at a Blair Senior Living Center. The Three Rivers Public Health Department says 19 people became infected in the outbreak at Carter Place. That includes 13 residents. Three Rivers Public Health recommends assisted senior living homes stop gathering residents for activities, don't allow any employees with symptoms in the building, and create better cleaning standards. They also say you shouldn't contaminate surfaces with used gloves or masks.
What we really need people to understand is this is serious. This is here in all of the communities, and I don't even believe we have even started to see what this surge might look like. This is going to be something that it's evident that there's more education that's needed.
A total of 17 people were staying at the Carter Place at the time, meaning a majority of those staying there were infected. And Three Rivers Public Health also says an employee of Saunders County Department of Corrections has tested positive for the virus. The person is self-quarantined at home. Health leaders are working to identify those who came in contact with this confirmed case. And universities across the country are already teaching online, and now another major milestone will take place over the web. The University of Nebraska system has announced its 4 campuses. UNL, UNO, UNK, and UNMC will all have their commencement ceremonies online instead of in person. Students will still be awarded their degrees in May and will receive them in the mail. They will have the opportunity to walk across the stage at a ceremony in August or December if they want.
Anyone who wants to can join us at any time in the future and put on that cap and gown and walk across the stage. You know, graduation is one of my favorite events of the year. I get a chance to shake hands with every single one of our graduates. And so I don't want to be left out of that cycle either. So I do hope they come back in December or next May or whenever it's convenient for them, and we'll make sure that we do some special recognition for them.
UNO's online ceremony will take place on May 8th. The College of St. Mary announced it is moving its commencement to May 1st through May 2nd. The coronavirus is already having an impact on how many of us drive. Nebraska Department of Transportation says highway use is down dramatically across the state during the past 2 weeks. It dropped about 20% between March 15th and 21st and almost 30% the next week. That's compared to a 3-year average of 2016 to 2018. Now, last numbers were not included because of the floods. The study showed the biggest drop happened on I-80 between Omaha and Lincoln, where traffic decreased by more than 40%. And you may also see fewer buses on Omaha's streets starting this week. Metro cut back on its routes and the number of stops those routes will make. The move came after ridership dropped by 50% in the face of the coronavirus response. And the way we live has dramatically changed over the past few months. And as we practice social distancing here at KMTV, 3 News Now reporter Danielle Davis joins us live from her home, reporting from her phone. Danny, it's really amazing to see all the changes at local businesses.
Courtney, with social distancing and sheltering in place going on right now, and who knows how long it's going to last, well, we're all adapting. We're all used to walking inside of a grocery store and grabbing a cart and doing our shopping. But now wiping down carts is a full-time job for some employees and the new norm. Partitions between cashier and customer have been installed at Hy-Vee stores, and wiping down the conveyor belt is done constantly throughout the day. And to make sure items stay in stock and everyone has access, limitations are being enforced.
Each store is different. At my particular location, we're hiring for Aisles Online, which is our home shopping program. We're ramping that up considerably right now, and we're hiring for that.
The store has closed down their self-serve bar due to the fear of passing germs and for food safety issues, but food is still available to be made to go. Now, the store does have special hours set up for senior citizens and those with compromised immune systems, and their Aisles Online is currently hiring because they have had an increase in that business, and other grocery stores in the area is hiring as well because they say they're trying to keep store shelves stocked with plenty of food. This is Danielle Davis, 3 News Now this morning.
Nice to see some job openings there. Thank you so much, Danny. Now, even though we can't come together in person, we can still come together as a community. KMTV has started a campaign, We're Open Omaha. It's a partnership between us and local businesses with one goal, getting them through this tough time. So every day we will shine a light on a business or a restaurant that continues to serve our community and our neighbors. This morning, anchor Maya Signs focuses on a collision repair shop in Bellevue.
At Offutt Collision Repair, it's business as usual. They remain open and nobody has been laid off, and hours remain the same. But they have made some adjustments to how they work day to day on car repairs. First, they've implemented heavier cleaning practices by wearing gloves, constantly washing their hands, and sanitizing between each customer that comes in.
We will go outside to them. We can gather all their information over the phone, take payments over the phone. We sanitize all the keys and everything before we hand them back to them. Sanitizing all the high touch point areas, and try to obviously keep that social distancing between us and the customers as much as possible.
For those not wanting to come inside, you can do things online.
You just snap photos of the damages on your vehicle, sends an estimate to us, and we're able to write that estimate and send it right back to you, get you scheduled based off that, and you never have to step foot in our facility. So it's a great tool that customers that don't want to get out of their house can utilize. You can click here or up here, and then it's going to take you to this screen. So this is when you're going to need to switch to your phone. I just pull out my phone, open up my camera, and open up the link on my phone. It's going to say request a photo estimate, and then just you agree, and it's going to start a little conversation with you.
And for those not even wanting to leave their house, they'll make it even more convenient.
If you don't want to come in, then we will come to you, pick up your vehicle, and bring it into the shop. Here's your keys. I did wipe those off a little bit ago, so those are good and sanitized for you as well.
All these extra precautions to protect their employees and customers, like Dennis Lamb.
I am a triple risk guy for the virus, having heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. So at first I thought it was not really a serious deal, but now I'm convinced it's a very serious deal. So I'm being careful and staying home as much as possible.
Once again, Offutt Collision Repair is open. It's on 15th Street in Bellevue, just north of Cornhusker Road. And you can find their business information on our webpage. We have a special section called We Are Open Omaha. And yesterday, we featured Takeout Tuesday and asked you to show us how you supported local business. Here's a tweet from Gibby showing off her pizza from Paisan's Pizzeria on West Center Road near Millard. And let's take a look at a tweet from Trevor. It looks like he enjoyed a nice meal from Rivera's Mexican Food. They're located on Blondo in central Omaha. And Nancy sent us this picture. I love this picture of her grandkids dining with Valentino's Pizza in the driveway. And not really a meal, but thanks to David Westfall for sharing his afternoon pickup from Scooter's Coffee. David did say he did this on Takeout Monday. And again, we want to thank everyone who supported Takeout Tuesday. And we'll be doing that every week moving forward just to support those local businesses.
Yeah, it's always good to get out there. Kind of safe way to do it, at least safer way to do it than sitting in the restaurant, which we can't do right now. But man, Corey, look at that. It's lighting up out there already.
Oh gosh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, it is getting bright out there. It's nice.
Yeah, and let's talk about sunshine this afternoon. It's going to be warm. It's going to be nice. I can't wait for the weather this afternoon, Courtney.
I can tell you are totally pumped.
I'm also really tired.
You should get some Scooter's Coffee.
I'm going to open the window, just take a nice long nap this afternoon with those 70s coming into my place.
It's going to be great. Coming up later, what are your options if you don't have money for rent or a mortgage payment? We'll have some tips in our consumer report.
And yes, sunshine on the way today. Already see it coming out there. Live view of the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge overlooking the Capital District. And yes, that sunshine going to help to really warm things up this afternoon. But soak it in today because we start to cool off tomorrow with rain and eventually even snow later in the week. We'll time all that up for you coming up.
With $1,200 stimulus checks on the way and the government boosting unemployment insurance, many out-of-work people will soon be getting financial help. But what if you can't pay your bills right now? Consumer reporter John Mattery shows us what you may be able to do so you don't waste your money.
Millions of Americans are now stuck at home, and many of them suddenly have no income. So what can you do if you can't pay next month's mortgage or rent? For many of us, our personal economy has been turned upside down by COVID-19. Casey Marchal lost her job when her office locked its doors. Now the mortgage and bills are piling up.
I have medical bills upon medical bills upon medical bills for a medical emergency I had last year. I'm so close to paying it off.
But help may be coming. Many of the nation's biggest banks, including Bank of America, Citi, Chase, U.S. Bank, and Wells Fargo, and others, have agreed to allow laid-off homeowners a 30 to 90-day grace period. Most have also agreed to delay foreclosures and evictions for 60 days. But from the Doesn't That Stink file, landlords demanding a rent payment even if you're out of work. Even the Cheesecake Factory announced it cannot pay April's rent for its closed restaurants. Cities across the country are now passing eviction moratoriums, preventing a landlord from tossing you out. Even if you don't have that, call your landlord. Most will give you a break. But Bankrate.com says avoid payday loans. They'll just make things worse. For more coronavirus consumer news, go to 3newsnow.com so you don't waste your money. I'm John Mattery for 3 News Now.
This weather alert forecast sponsored by Elite Exteriors, roofing, siding, windows, and storm damage.
Temperature is not too bad out there this morning. We've enjoyed a couple mild mornings recently. Omaha right now holding on to 46, but Fremont, you guys are the hot spot, holding on to your 50. It does get a little bit cooler though, off towards parts of western Iowa. Atlantic right now at 41, and up there towards Carroll, you guys are at 37. Don't worry though, everyone's going to see a nice warm up through the rest of the day. Now overnight, last night we had a few sprinkles out there. Obviously with those sprinkles came a little bit more cloud cover, but our sky is already clearing out as those sprinkles move on and actually become a little more heavier rainfall out there towards central parts of Iowa. But again, we're done with that. We just get to enjoy the sunshine now through the rest of the day. Now our winds are out of the south, helping to keep things a little bit more mild this morning, and those winds are going to increase throughout the day today. So that's going to grab the warmer air from the south and pump it into our area, helping that sunshine warm things up. But right now, winds not too bad, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. But you can see over the next 24 hours, those winds will be kicking up. Throughout the afternoon hours and into the evening, you can see wind gusts about 20 to 30 miles per hour. Again, it's going to be breezy, but not an overly windy day by any means. And we could see those wind gusts get closer to, again, 30 through those overnight hours. Then we keep it breezy the rest of the week. But again, today, tomorrow, those winds more out of the south, helping to pump in that warmer air. But by Friday, that wind will be out of the north, pulling in much colder air to finish off the work week. But today, let's focus on the good for now. Lots of sunshine out there. A few passing clouds in the afternoon. afternoon, but again, not going to cause any issues. We're looking at low 60s just by lunchtime. Then this afternoon, we could hit 74 around that 5 o'clock hour. If we get to 74, which I think we can, obviously, because I put it on there, that would tie Courtney like that. It's always good to have someone laugh at my dumb jokes. Courtney's the one. At 5 o'clock, though, if we hit 74 degrees, that would tie us for the warmest day so far of 2020. We hit 74 back on March 8th, so about a month ago. And then at 8 o'clock, still mild out there, temperatures in the upper 60s. All right, but then it all comes to an end. Thursday, here we go. Overnight tonight, really into Thursday morning, a few spotty rain showers start to move in. You can see a wider view of Futurecast, going to show you the big picture of the system. Scattered rain showers throughout the morning, into the afternoon Thursday, even into Thursday night. Some hit and miss rain. But again, it's not going to be a washout by any means. It's going to be a lot like Saturday where we get hit by a couple showers and we might be dry for an hour or two. So kind of dry weather mixed in tomorrow as well, but definitely some rain at times too. Now, as we go to Friday morning, though, you can see stopping the clock at 9 o'clock, some of this cold air catches up with the rain. That switches that pink area over into a mix of a little bit of rain, snow, and sleet, and eventually make it a brief period heading late into the morning where we switch fully to snow. Better chance of that would be along and north of I-80. And don't worry, any snow that hits the ground should pretty much melt on contact since it's been so warm recently. But up towards northeast Nebraska, we could see a little bit of that snow actually stick to the ground, so we'll update you on that tomorrow. But anyway, 74 this afternoon, lots of sunshine out there. Overnight tonight, still breezy with that spotty rain starting to move in. Very mild though, 54 tomorrow morning. And tomorrow afternoon, a little bit cooler with the clouds and rain around, near 64. Friday though, that's going to be colder, 44 for an afternoon high temperature. So colder than we are right now this morning. Winds lighten up over the weekend and we start to warm back up. Low 50s Saturday, Sunday into the 60s, and it looks like the 70s could get back here early next week. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, see a little chance for rain each day, but most of us looking to keep it dry. But of course, for a live look at the radar and the latest forecast, check in with us anytime. Just download the 3 News Now Storm Shield app on Apple and Android smartphones and tablets.
Welcome back. Before we go, here's a look at some of the stories we'll be following for you today. We have the 411 on 3newsnow.com and our social media sites. The effort to slow down the coronavirus could impact how some Metro kids play, at least temporarily. The city of Papillion announced it will shut down playground equipment, ball fields, tennis and basketball courts, and other outdoor equipment until further notice. City parks, trails, and recreation areas will remain open, but you are asked to follow social distancing guidelines if you use them. You can find park closings on our website at 3newsnow.com. And the city of Omaha is holding a job fair today, but due to the coronavirus restrictions, it will be drive-through only. The video you see here is from last year's job fair. So from 1 until 4 today, you simply just drive through the designated areas at the Comfort Inn on Grover Street. Employers will provide information in bags, and then you just go home, look through the material, and apply for jobs that are most appealing to you. We'll have a list of available jobs on our website, 3newsnow.com. Omaha's own Warren Buffett is making sure that New York healthcare workers received thousands of medical masks from China. Buffett let the city's Mount Sinai health system borrow 2 jets to retrieve 130,000 N95 respirator masks from a Chinese hospital. Organizers needed his smaller planes because the Chinese airport was too small for a cargo plane. Because of his assistance, Mount Sinai says 8 hospitals were able to nearly double their N95 masks. It's changing everything from how we eat to how we put on our newscasts, but Omaha police say social distancing may be having an unexpected impact. Police tweeted out this video of a visitor at their central headquarters yesterday afternoon. They thank those who are staying home to keep everyone safe, adding, quote, "It appears to be working as wildlife has moved into downtown." And I love, Mark, that they shared this video on Twitter, too.
Are you making another pun?
I'm kind of making a pun, but I also just love that they tweeted out that wonderful video.
I know, and I was thinking earlier, I was like, I hope the turkey's okay, and I hope he's not in the oven this morning at the police headquarters.
Why is that the first thing you go to, Mark?
Because people like to eat those turkeys.
Gosh, you ruin a perfectly good video.
It was still good. He just might not be outside anymore. He might be inside. I don't know.
At least he got to enjoy one beautiful day.
It's so, at least one. It's so strange though that he was downtown. I mean, I've never seen any wildlife besides a squirrel, a bunny, and a bird downtown.
Exactly.
Poor thing
that's
was
why
lost.
they posted the video.
He was asking the police for directions. He's like, how do I get out of downtown? They're like, we're going to take a video of you.
So many questions.
Yeah, I know, and so few answers. But hey, good news is I have some good news for the weather. We're looking at low 60s with mostly sunny skies by your lunch hour. Then this afternoon, the sunshine's going to continue. Will be breezy, but again, those winds out of the south helping to pump in warmer air. We could easily hit 74 this afternoon, and if we do, it would tie for the warmest day so far of 2020, keeping it pretty mild out there this evening as well. Courtney?